Perfect. Okay. Hold on one second. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Okay, so the thing is that you have covered, you know, a lot of years and a lot of things and a lot of topics in a very short amount of space. And I think that some of this is going to get lost on the reader because they don't have enough information to know why this is significant enough to put in.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so that's why I think that maybe if we took maybe one or two of these pieces out, that and then expanded a little bit on some of the other ones. I mean, you started it with an idea that didn't even happen. Like, I understand your anxiety about not being good enough in the room, but you created this whole scene and then it was like, well, that never happened. That's a lot of real estate that you've just taken up for an event that didn't happen. Because you have a lot of other events that happen. You know what I'm saying? So there were a couple of things that towards the end, I don't understand what you mean by this and if it needs to be in there. So why is this pertinent to the reader within the context of this book? And that's the question you need to ask yourself about all of these things.
Okay. Yep. Sure. I'll think about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this feels very, I'm not sure what you're trying to get. Like, I feel like you're trying to be in a conversation with them, but they're not going to be able to talk back to you. And this feels very almost condescending. Like, they're going to know what an idea is. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure why. If you're asking them to come on a journey with you, that's fine, but you know, ask them a question like, do you want to come with me? You know, like, be a little bit more direct. Like, I feel like this is not quite exactly how you want to be received.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And I think that was it. Okay. And so, I mean, having said that, if you want to take those two pieces out, that is a that I think is a good start. There is, you know, and again, I totally, like, I get the journey. It's just a lot in a short amount of space. And if you are okay with that and not being able to answer, you know, like some of the questions that might come up for people, or they, you know, that's fine with me. I just want to make sure that that's what you want.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just one or two story you think that is enough?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's okay. Like, I might, I'm not sure that the connection is made between arriving at a party and scanning every single person and knowing who's there and what they're going to be doing, because of my fear. Like, it connects to the fear of rejection for an event that doesn't really happen. Like, you're talking about a birthday party that didn't happen. I don't know that that's the way you want to start it. Like, I think it's great that you want to
So if
tell them,
okay, that's okay. Don't need to like how would you start it if you were me? If you say, you get it like, I'm just writing, the sense of rejection. How would you start the
right. So even if you started and said something like, fear of rejection is something, so many people have an issue with, right? And mine started before I was even born.
Mm-hmm.
And then go into the story about your mom and your dad and, that kind of thing. And just kind of cut out that little beginning part of it. Where at the party, and you can just start with, either asking a question or, have you ever felt the fear or the anxiety of rejection? I couldn't figure out where mine started, and then I did the work, and it actually started before I was even born.
Okay. Yep.
Does
Sure.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then which story that highlight out to you? Like when you say so many, but which one would highlight more out to you so far that what you read?
Oh, I have to be honest, the Sweet 16 part, you don't give us enough information. Like, I know that you're paying, like, there's just not enough information. There's a ton of questions. So if you had to pick one to take out and not, or like, you either need to elaborate or you need to take it out, because it doesn't make, you take up a whole paragraph talking about 50s, catchphrases with Sweet 16. So if you used 100 words for that, maybe instead of doing that, you get into the story about why you had to leave. Like, you told us you left, you told us that your father had to leave, but you didn't tell us why. I mean, sort of you did, but not really. Like, and what did that mean for you? Like, did you really go by yourself? Where did you go? How did you support yourself? All of those things. Like, there's a lot to that story, and we don't get that. So I would either rework it so that you give us some more details so that we can understand why that was such a struggle. Or you might want to take that part out. Okay. I mean, it's all relevant and it's all good. It's just a lot in a small space.
Anything else, like besides the Sweet 16? I'm asking, like, is there any two pieces that you think is important, or?
Well, I mean, I feel like if your theme is running fear of rejection, right? And how you are overcoming that. I feel like all of the other stories kind of play into that. The Sweet 16 piece, it does to a certain extent, because I'm making assumptions about why you had to leave, and that could have felt like, being, it was to keep you safe, but it could be rejection, like in your mind and those kinds of things, and how you presented when you got to this new place. I feel like the story with your coworkers, I understand why it was there, but I also understand their point that, like, you would probably do the same thing. So part of me is like, okay, but that feeds into your fear of rejection. And you're like, watch me. I'm going to do this bigger than you ever thought. Like, hear me roar, like you said, you know what I mean? And so I feel like that's a good piece. That was a turning point for you. It was probably great that they did that, because look at where you got yourself because of that, initial, we'll say, rejection. And of course, the IVF journey is, beautiful, and it's hopeful. It is a good reminder about what's important, that, you know, the gratitude that your husband had just for being with you, and that that was enough for him, and that, you know, all of those things. So I feel like all of those stories are very relevant. It's just maybe some more details if you can swing them in certain places.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Think about that. Yeah.
Okay. And did Dana ask you about, there were a couple of authors that used, and I don't care whatsoever. I'm just wanting to be respectful of you and you know, your book, whatever, use the F word. And do you want me to edit those out, or do you want, I mean, I feel like it's their personality, and it you know, reflects them, or do you want it to be, instead of, you know, spelling it all out, do you want to use a different, you know, version of that spelling so that it looks like that, or
Yeah, allow them to show themselves, like, you know, if they want to use swear word, like, we are not
Okay.
a student book. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I just, some people really have an issue with it. I just want to make sure that it is what you want it to be, okay?
Yeah, because we have to allow them to come out, because that's the whole purpose.
Okay, all right. Fantastic. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, thanks for your feedback. I'll think about it.
Okay, all right. And I will, if you need anything else or you have any other questions, just let me know, okay?
Sure, no problem.
All right, great.
Bye, thanks for your
Thanks,
time.
Catherine. All right, you have a great day, okay? Bye-bye.